Hello, hello, everyone. One second. There we go. Got all my overlays right now. I hope everybody's week was all right. We're back at it again with Shapes 2 for this Sunday's stream. For a while, I thought one of the other ones was going to do it, and then last minute, like the last 2 hours before I finalized so that I have the thumbnail sorted, it switched over. So we're playing Shapes today, folks. So last time we left it off, there was a little bit of stuff that we didn't connect up to, and we changed a lot of the infrastructure around at the end there. But I think what we're going to start with is dealing with this line here. We're going to jump right into it and just deal with the conveyor belts immediately. I'm trying to think of the best way to do this though now, because we have only so many. I think we're going to have to set up another shape crafter here, and then we'll mix all of it. Awesome. Thank you for letting me know, Aki. Appreciate it. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut that line there, and we're going to set up a shape miner, and then expansions to it. And then if I remember right, we've got all the blueprints for everything. Where shape extractor, there we go. So for those of you unaware who didn't catch the first stream, this is a factory game all about getting these little shapes out of the extractors, getting them into the right configuration, and then sending them into this big old portal in the center platform here. Welcome back, your dad6969. So, all of the factories that we're going to be building and everything are around adjusting, changing, and modifying these shapes. Deleting, subtracting, mixing, adding, cutting, all the stuff that could be done to these shapes to change their current configuration. Right now we've got a bunch of green ones, but we need green and gray mixed together at this 45-degree stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a new platform. Where's my platforms? There we go. We'll do this one. We're going to create a new platform here that does this, and then we're going to create a mixer there. So this one's going to deal with just getting these guys all adjacent with each other. And we got to do the same actually over here now that I think about it. Delete that. Okay. We're going to need another platform there. Okay. So this is going to make it adjacent, this is going to make it adjacent, and then both of them are going to be mixed together to make this this thing here. If we do this right, we should be able to get the double the throughput too. So let's see if we can pull that one off. So what we're going to need to do is slice them in half first using the cutting tool. We'll do 3 on either side to start with. Sheepins! Welcome in, Dak. For those of you unaware, I got Dak hyperfixated on this game a couple months ago. During one of my playthroughs of it before I started streaming it. Got a little focused on it. Just a little bit. Alright. So now we've got all of these being sliced up nice and clean. So now I need to decide, and it's completely arbitrary which one I decide to do this to, but I need to rotate one of them 180 degrees. It changes on this side. Alright, so now we've got lines of exactly 2 units per shape with 2 units of blank space. Actually, I think I can do this even more efficiently. Hold on. Because these all are going to need to be rotated now. So what if I did a counterclockwise on one side and a clockwise on the other? I'm pretty sure that will accomplish the same goals I'm going for here. I can just replace. I don't need to delete. Oh, that's so much nicer. And then we put a clockwise rotator here. Yep, it makes the same shape. Good. Alright, so we've got them all in a unified way now. Beautiful. Clean this all up. Everything remacroed and moduled and yeah, just a little bit. Just a little bit, Dak. It's a good way to be about these games, though. You can't lie. It's the best way to be about these games. I'm making so many darn blueprints this time around, following almost your examples. Your trains had trains, your belts had belts, your shapes had shapes. Very eloquently spoken, sir. Alright. So that should be the basics there. Now we've got one unified piece coming out of here, which is what we wanted to start with. Also, I think I'm actually going to adjust how this is all laid out real quick. I'm going to make this one line up directly. Ooh, this makes the outputs weird if I want to use the same blueprint. You know what? I can do it like this, though. Yeah, I can do it like this. This will probably be the most efficient route I can do, unfortunately, if I want to use the same blueprint. There we go. You didn't do it with a... You know they actually added layers to these now? They added actual layers to the space belts and everything. Which is pretty neat in my opinion. IMO. Alright, time to get back to this because I'm burning time. Alright, you. So then these will produce the reverse, so we need to adjust... Well, actually... Wait a second. This is the best config I could do? Hold on. Let me try something real quick. I wanna... Got a theory. Game theory. Nope, okay, that doesn't work that way. Let's try... counterclockwise rotation on all of these. And then I'm also going to need to increase the number of stackers, because right now we're going to have an efficiency problem. Visibility, thank you, game. Because these are all spliced in 50-50. Now we should just change this. If I want to maintain my sanity, I should just change this. To this. We're going to shift these all over, one to the left and one to the right on the other side, respectively. And that should let us make identical ones on the top and bottom, and then I'll just rotate them when I need them, making it easier for me to merge between lines. Yep. Then we get rid of these. We're going to do the rotation here. Like so. There we go. Now we're making consistently the same thing on both top and bottom. Now we get some rows of stackers going. And then we'll do half and half to both. Like that. Nope, backwards. Oh, one mistake on this though. Hold on. I gotta add rotators. Wait, I think I need 180s, actually. Pretty sure I need 180s up here. Oh, nice. Okay. Still getting used to the keybinds again. Forgot how convenient it is to have the click and drag going on. Boom. Oh, wait. No, that still won't work. Need to shift it one forward to do this, right? Less efficiency. No, this is important. This is necessary, Dad. This isn't less efficient. This is as efficient as it needs to be. We need to make this adjustment, otherwise it won't function at all, and that is 0 efficiency. Not functional is 0. Then we do this, and then we can get this out of here. Same thing for this one. Boom, see? I also think I made this small enough and universal enough that I don't need to do this nonsense that I was trying to do. Instead, I can redirect it. Ooh, how do I want to... Ooh, I know how I'm... So we're gonna save ourselves, like, 2 platforms, but it'll be worth it. Let me clean this up, and we're gonna put some rotators in here before we do this. That's the right number. That's unpleasant. Can be fixed, though. Boom. I did it. Alright. So now we've got both of our ingredients that should be reversed of one another. For some reason, it doesn't look like they are, and I am confused. Wait, 180 degrees is too many degrees. We only need to rotate them 90. That's why it looked wrong, because it was wrong. You did oversimplify a lot of things. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many is on this? It should be all I need. So we're just going to set up rows and rows of stackers then. Oh, I could have made that more efficient. Instead of using stackers, I could have used swappers, now that I think about it. Eh. I think I need one more space between these two to make this functional. That. And then I can launch over it like this, get things between the 2 rows. Yep, like that. Clean. Or as clean as this is really gonna get. It's gotta get messier before it gets better. It's always darkest before the dawn. By that I mean I'm gonna make the most spaghetti before it actually ends up making sense. Alright, there. We got all that feeding into that way now. Now we just need to do the identical for these guys. Then we pitch this guy all the way down here. So many options for rotation. No thank you. I'll do that instead. It's easier. And you might ask, Vince, how are you going to get everything out of this giant snaggle of wires and conveyor belts? Or mostly conveyor belts, because there are no wires in this game. How am I going to get it out of this giant spaghetti mess of conveyor belts? You'll see. You'll see. One more. No. One more. There we go. About to get messier. There we go, our first line set up though. 1 of 4. We'll do this one next to keep it simple. Like that. Keeping it really, really simple. Yeah, there's a couple of mistakes in the line you can see. We gotta purge those out still. But it should be outputting clean, only what we need, just a few. Alright, we should be able to sneak this one out this way. Need to figure out a way of getting these guys over to there now. And then I gotta get these two out of here. I got an idea. If I blend these two together and then blend these two together, I'll probably have an easier time with just the way things are all arranged here. And then we'll break it out here. I never promised nothing. I didn't promise nothing. I promised efficiency. That doesn't always mean clean. That just means efficient. And to be fair, this isn't spaghetti. It's a platform that does its job. The output's just a little bit nonsensical. But it's not spaghetti. Look. It inputs 4 belts of both types and outputs 4 belts of both types. There's no spaghetti to be seen. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? It's fine. Well, in comparison to this cleanliness, maybe a little bit, but it's fine. What kind of sauce shall we have with this? No sauce in the machinery. Not allowed. Wait, do we only have 2 platforms left in our limit? We're playing dangerously close to the line here. Alright, why is the game not recognizing this, though? Oh! Because they're on the wrong layer. There we go. For some reason, I thought they were on the second layer originally. Whatever. It does not matter. Alright, so we're feeding those in now. And then in the long run, what we'll have to do is we'll have to blend this with this. This with this. These two will have to be mixed together. Why didn't I just use this clean one? Also, it looks like we need to upgrade our amount of blue squares coming through. Oh, it's because we're making them like this instead of a reasonable person. Instead of doing this in some sort of reasonable manner, we decided to do it in one of the most unreasonable manners possible. That's right. Because we didn't have access to paint yet. And then that's right, in the long run we were going for this milestone, right? We already have it hooked up? Oh yeah, it's already hooked up, it just hasn't made its way here yet? So we did all that work for nothing? Yeah, because we've got this on its way too. I forgot about that. Well, it's fine. It's fine. The more we have, the faster the mission gets done anyways. And that's for the best. Alright, we're gonna copy this real quick. No. Not the foundation, the actual blueprint. We're gonna call it the kitty corner slicer. That's what it does. It slices full shapes into their kitty corner variants. I mean, that's pretty much what we got going on here. Oh, they did change something since the last time you played this, I think. So, in the upgrades, the train stuff, you used to be able to get the train portal before getting the trains. You can't anymore. Also, the train portal, if I remember right, is actually locked till later now. Let's see. I don't need higher cutting speed. We're fine. Everything's going great, game. Yeah, they changed some of this. They changed some of this. It's different. It's not too bad, but it's different. It's a little different. Alright. Time for me. I got circles here. I've got squares here. I have no platforms, though. Oof. Oof. I need platforms in order to do just about anything, so I think we're gonna have to wait for a quick second while these shapes all deliver in. Gives me a second to grab water. Get platforms then. Thanks, Nozu. Welcome in, buddy. I'm working on it. I need to get more of these shapes into the thing. You see that milestone 5? Later, buddy. I hope you have a great stream. I hope it's fun. But nah, we got this. We just gotta wait. We just gotta be a little bit patient. Because once we get those platforms, then I will set up to mix these shapes with the kitty corner slicers, and then mixing them together using this platform, but with no rotation. No rotation like this one had. That'll allow us to make this shape. And then this is going to be repurposed very shortly. All of it's going to be shredded down, and we're going to replace it with something a little less nonsense. We'll start right here. Everything after this is getting got rid of. This stuff can stay, even though it is technically inefficient. Because it's the original cutting machine, which means that it just deletes half of the shape. While with the slicing, you can get all of the shape back just in 2 separate pieces, like with these. So this is the more efficient option, obviously. You get more bang for your buck. You get more shape per shape. It's so far away still. It's getting closer. Once we finally deal with the transport lag, though, this will be incredibly fast. And once we blend this with the other one, we will have an insane amount of the second milestone material. Not this. There it is. This one. This one right here. An operator level shape, just like the last one. So we can start spewing these into the core to upgrade our operator level. It also gets us trains! Which means we don't have to deal with this anymore. We can use trains to transport over that kind of distance. Much, much lower delivery delay then, too. And much less resources need to be held on the belt just to maintain delivery pace. Which would be nice. It would be really nice. You know, I feel like this is as close as you can get to making a carrot in this game. This little shape here. Looks kind of carrotish to me. Fortunately, we've gone over 1,000 in the last 5 minutes, so we will be fine. This will happen quickly. In short order. And then as soon as it's done, we'll take apart a bunch of the old stuff and get a bunch of platforms back and start using them. I think we'll get a bunch out of this milestone too. Between those 2 points, we should have more than enough to continue expanding, building further and further out, and finding more and more exotic shapes. Come on, Portal. Om nom faster. Om nom 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 nom. Eat it all. I shouldn't expect it to go fast. It took 20 minutes just for it to come like a third of the way down this line. Alright, let's do some scouting then. So the next ones we're gonna need that. So are there any shapes around here that I could even just paint to make those things? It's close, but no. I'd rather have the full shape. Wait, full diamond shape. No, wrong one. Where's the other one? I'm looking for the one with the rounded corners. Rounded corners. Can I get... I don't mind if I have to paint it per se. Oh, there it is. There's one there. Is there one that's closer? That's kind of a distance. That's 4 blocks away. Wait, no. That's not where I wanted to put that. How do I delete you? Oh no. Don't know how to get rid of that old marker. Why are you off? I was hovering right over the point. Oh, here we go. Okay. There we go. Alright, rounded corners is marked off. Now we need to find 3/4 circle with a square. 3/4 circle, 1/4 square. 3/4 square, 1/4 circle. The inverse. 3/4 circle, 1/4 square. Alright, we got anything closer I can use than that? That one's pretty close, actually. Spitting distance, even. So now I'm going to check through these quadrants real quick for any rounded corners that are closer. Doing a very thorough scan here. There's so many symbols and it's so hard to keep track of them all. A 3/4 circle, 1/4 square, closer. Now, if there was only a rounded corners guy around here, something in line that I could pick up and mix before it even reaches the portal, that'd be so helpful. But I'm not seeing anything around here. Nothing that fits the use case. Nope. Alright, one more sweep just to be... I really want to be thorough about this because if I miss something, it's going to make for a hell of inefficiency. There we go. Already got that shape goal. Awesome. These guys didn't even make it. They just barely... Oh my gosh. Well, I'm happy I did the alternative, because otherwise we'd still be waiting here for the first shape to be delivered. Oh my gosh. Oh my good. Alright. Let's see here. Do I have a merger I can use already for this? I think this one fits the bill. Large stacker. 1. Probably going to be more than one variant of large stacker styles. Actually, better idea. We're going to move this over a little bit. And the reason we're doing that is because of the design of the blueprint. Boom, okay. So now we just put the large stacker here. And that should intake everything. Beautiful. There we go. We got milestone 5 already working for us. We might need more mixers than this, but this is a good start. Woohoo! Yeah, you get it, Nozu. Hell yeah. Yep, now we're outputting. See, there's our complex shape. And for us, it was only a few steps because we kept it simple with our inputs. By managing our inputs and making sure that they were kept basic and easy, we made it a lot easier on ourselves. Now I'm going to get rid of all this stuff because we don't need it anymore. It's all vestigial. And instead, I am going to get us started on the new framework for the kitty corner stuff, that first mission under pinned tasks. We'll put a space belt here in case I need to split off. Foundation here. Put a foundation close by to here. Trying to figure out the best orientation for some of this stuff. That. Yes. Base belt go here. Base belt. Ooh. Base belts go here. And one here. Nope. Don't have the platforms. Okay. Well, then we're cutting the old paint line. Make platforms. There we go. Okay. So now what we do is we go to the blueprint library, basic shape extractor, make those. Then we're going to get, no, that's not what I want. Get the kitty corner slicer. And then we get the large stacker. Using those blueprints we already created, we should be able to start making what we need. Because without the rotation, these should all be on the same plane of each other, and that means that they should stack perfectly like these. Yep, the game says it'll work. Cool. So off we go with that. Where's the source of blue? Oh, there's blue right here. Okay, then I need to change this out. This needs to go. I need more platforms so badly right now. I am dying for platforms because of those super long lines I built. But it'll be fine. It'll be fine. On the bright side, we're producing these at a pretty quick clip. At least a couple every single second. So what I want to do is I want to get the blue paint, paint some of these squares that I'm extracting from here blue instead. and then route it over, because it'll be a lot faster than what we're currently able to produce. And then I can reuse this stuff for the second goal. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. How do I want to do this? I could just repurpose this painter as it stands. I think I'll do that. Probably the path of least resistance for me is just redesign this painter real quick so that we do blue instead of green. Basic pump station. Boom. Look at her go. Alright. We still don't have the platforms to get it all the way over there, though. Yep, that should be everything I need then. Cool. And we got 38 platforms to work with now. Fantastic. Perfect. There we go. Been redesigned now. Alright, so now we need to make a new platform for this that rotates only... Ooh, okay. I got an idea. We should be able to make this pretty compressed. We need to get the top ones or the bottom ones rotated. We need to combine them all. And that should be pretty easy to do. Tasks. Yep. Now we need to stack another circle on top of it. Okay, I can do that easy enough. Split this in half because I'm not going to up the production for a temporary thing. And we do the large stacker again, but we make one quick mod to it. The direction at which these come from. Boom. And that should fix that. Cool. Alright, back to what we were doing then. It's... Oh, I don't know if it's clockwise or counterclockwise. We'll have to figure that one out a little bit through trial and error. Try clockwise instead then. Perfect. Alright, clockwise is what we need. You know what? I'm actually going to reduce the scale of this a little bit because there's going to be upgrades to this that are stupid. There are upgrades that we have to do to this infrastructure that kind of make it annoying. I remember this one being quite difficult for me to do when I was doing my single playthroughs, so instead of making it overly difficult on myself by making a crazy high production quantity at the beginning, we're going to start with a reasonable amount, and then we'll expand this platform as we need to. Oh, these are counterclockwise again. We need them to be clockwise. Cool. Alright. So we've got the secondary mission started. This one's going pretty quick. That's a nice, decent tick for it, I would say. Definitely could be sped up, though. Definitely could be sped up. But this one also requires stackers. You can't use swappers for this kind of trick. The next best thing we can do then is just up our research points and up our stack speed. Stacking speed can be brought up one more time to 25 per minute, and that's probably the best option we have here. Yeah, so we'll spend our achievement stuff on that. And then this stuff is the next things we're working on. These are the next ones we'll have to get. But we don't have the platforms to start work on them early, unfortunately. On the bright side, we've got them all scouted for when we are ready. This marker is in the middle of nowhere. Oh, here it is. A little bit off the mark. Or this one. I think this one's closer. This one's closer, so we're actually going to delete. Is it? I think actually they're about the same distance now that I think about it, but regardless. 3/4 circle, 1/4 square. See if that update. That's close enough. That's actually usable by me. Thank you. Thank you, game. So while this one is closer, this one's technically the same distance from us because it's 2 tiles away from a line. And we're just going to hook this into the existing infrastructure, I think. And then have an output for it somewhere else that only it can access. Because this one's pulling from the bottom, isn't it? Yeah, it's pulling from the bottom layer, and we can move up to 3 through a single belt, so we'll just use the second altitude or something. And then only output in the desired location. Means we'll have to lose a couple of the shapes at the start to backlog the system all the way back here, because obviously the space belt still is going to, you know, try to fill its capacity, but NBD. We could always make more shapes. They're free. They're free once you set up the extractor. Once you have the platforms leading back to the base. Caveat, caveat, caveat. Wonderful. I wonder what we're gonna have to do next. Oh my gosh, it's another circle stack. I'm shocked. I'm so shocked. I am shocked. Shocked. Well, not that shocked. Thank you, Leela from Futurama. Or Fry. I think they both say that joke at one point or another. Alright, we're making the spaghetti worse. Spaghettification commence. Because this is temporary and I can't be bothered. There we go. I think they both make that joke at one point or another. Alright, now we've got our super stack of half circles kitty corner each other going. And then once that's done, the use for that is completely over and we can get rid of all that infrastructure, which will be nice. Because it's a waste of space. It's a waste of platforms. On the bright side, it's getting our research up. And we got this basic one left to do. Then we start getting into the ones that all require some sort of color on them. Painting basics is probably going to be one of our next ones then. Painting basics and stack, cut, and cut. Probably going to be our go-tos now. Even though they're really low on research output, they're not going to give us much in return. But they are just blue and red squares, so can't really hold that against them. It's a very simple shape. Speaking of which, how'd that blue square upgrade go? Oh, it went great. We are really going faster there. What's our operator level at now? Still 0. Still 0. And if we could get that number up just a little bit, we could get our platform limits and research points up a little bit, and that would be wonderful, game. That would be real nice. Real nice of you. Because last stream, Vince went stupid with the platforms and built this crazy long line, and now he has no platforms to work with. He's got nothing to work with. How's it going, Javier? No, Xavier, sorry. Welcome in. We're waiting on the next milestone for the most part right now. Did a bunch of upgrades and stuff. But I am out of platforms. We've been floating around the same platform limit all stream. And it's driving me crazy. Oh, it is Javier. Okay, I had it right the first time around. Good stuff. The X and the J have different sounds depending on the name and the location. The providence of the name. But welcome in. It do be crazy. Oh, Xavier was correct. Okay, got you. I'm looking at the chat from another screen, so I just flash my eyes over there and I go, oh, and I go back to what I'm doing. Quick reads. Alright, why can I not think of anything to do? It's because I have no platforms. I'm trying to be like, well, what can I do to entertain you guys? Jingle keys. You know what? Watch everything go into the circle. Jingle, 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 jingle. Look at how pretty it is now that there's actual stuff flying into the portal instead of just 1 or 2 items. Eventually there will be so much stuff we won't even be able to see the border as easily as we can right now. Just a nice little satisfying feed of shapes and stuff into the core. What does the core need these shapes for? I don't know. No idea. We're already halfway on milestone 5 though, and that's good. That's serious progress. I'm trying to think of a way now to speed up things without just adding more stackers, but I don't think there's a way to do what stackers do. And I don't think there's any other mechanism to do it. Like, if you're doing a single layer shape, you can use the cutting tools and the swapping tools to create a shape at double the speed as long as you have the right ingredients feeding in and you have the right output shape. Normally, they need to be symmetrical for that to work. And they produce at 22 per minute. In comparison, my stackers only do 20 per minute, and the best I can ever get them to do is 25 per minute. That means a cycle time of over 2 seconds. The cutters and the swappers are lower than that, but they're also only at level 3, is it? Yeah, or 2. They're only at level 2. By the time they're at level 3, they will be better than maximum speed oh, wait, no, not max speed stackers. I can upgrade them one more time after this. Okay. For some reason, I thought I swapped painting and stacking in my head, because painting only has 3 upgrades. But also, it's much faster than stacking. 38 per minute is already incredible. Makes it one of the fastest things we can do currently. And it's so pretty. Look at the painting. So pretty. You know what? Since this is jammed up right now, though, what we're going to do... induct some of the stuff in here. Oh, no. No. No, no, no game. Bad. There we go. Then we'll just adapt this back real quick. Then we gotta make the next one, which is just stacking more nonsense. That's why we kept this space open here. And we'll get rid of this line only. The other one, blasted step. Still one more phase we have to go through before that side quest is completed, if I remember right. Yep, see this nonsense shape here? Absolute baloney. Alright, alright. Anything to raise the shape limit. Anything to raise the platform limit. Okay, so these were put at a 90 degrees. So let's do 180s then. Because we're still starting off with the original orientation for these guys. Yep, cool. 180 is correct. Great, off they go. We're already a quarter of the way done with that one, just from the extra blue squares that we're producing. Nice. Very nice, very nice. Yeah, this one's a pain to do unless you specifically tap one of these deposits. Because of this being the base ingredient, and the only way to consistently make this base ingredient is from one of these. That being said, I'm producing so much out of this that I'm going with the inefficient route of cutting half of the material off, and then still getting jams. Things are moving pretty consistently, though, I would say. Like, the belt doesn't stop at any given point. They're not stalling. Faster belts might be helpful, though, to be more responsive. Faster belts are always useful. But we're spending our research on stack speed. Stack speed, then belt speed will help. Why does this only help the 90-degree clockwise rotator, though? Does it not upgrade the other rotators? Because this one says cutter, half destroyer, swapper. This one, like, they all specifically denote what they do. Does this mean that only the 90 degrees clockwise rotator gets upgraded by the belt speed upgrade? That's kind of duty. Kind of trash if that's the case, because the other rotators have just as much usefulness to them, and the whole benefit to them is that they do, say, a 180 or a 270 equivalent without needing multiple steps. But if they're slower, then the multiple steps might be better depending on the use case. Alright, can we tap into the rounded corners now? No. There's no way we'll be able to tap into the rounded corners yet. We need more platforms. We definitely need more platforms. So many more platforms. At least these are giving us like 30 or 40 per. And the next one's super easy too. Right there, actually. Save ourselves. Oh, no, don't undo. I was looking for the blueprint button. Darn it. Blueprints. Large stacker. Those go on top. Actually, this needs more steps, doesn't it? Yeah, this is going to require more steps, so I'm actually going to back it up just a little bit so that we have some working space. At the end of the day, these things will have to travel pretty much the same distance no matter what. Large stacker. Boom. And that should make what we're looking for. Wonderful. Get us another one of those achievements. More platforms as quickly as possible, game. More. Because I was a goofball and used way too many last time. So now we're paying it back. Looks like our production for circles is starting to suck now. We're not making enough. This method of destroy half of the circle is really slowing us down. I could make it go a little bit faster by optimizing the way that these belts are configured, but at the end of the day, it's not going to actually fix the underlying issue. The underlying issue being that we're starting with a impure product, and the impure product results in us having to not only spend a bunch of time on processing and a bunch of platforms in space, but also a bottleneck from the start. Okay. We're going to resort to painting. Alright, so we're going to do the exact same configuration we have up here for the square miner. Exact same thing. Mine it, paint it, get it sent out. Super simple. As platform efficient as we're really going to be. It's already all right here. I was thinking about tapping this one for the paint, but this is better. And we have the platforms to do it. Good. All right. Because I want to upgrade the speed that goes at to at least consistently output 1 or 2 belt streams of that final material out. Because these are nice, but they have to be changed up frequently, and eventually we're going to start running into materials that are so advanced to produce to get just a few research points in a couple of platforms that it spends more platforms getting them, especially at our current level. That being said, the old milestones like this one, that will always return us platforms for every single operator rank we upgrade with. And the faster that goes, the better it will be for us. So, it also never needs maintenance. Well, we can take upgrades, but we don't ever actually have to change it out for another one. It will never reach a maximum number and say, yep, we're done, you can't put any more into this. No, I can put as much as I want into that for as long as I want. Let's start maximizing that. Pump station here. There we go. And then we're going with a platform painter. Like that. Oh wait, wrong belt. Needs a pipe. Space pipe. There we go. Oh, wrong elevation. I can just bring these down. I'll bring these down. Oh yeah, it's the fluids menu. There we go. First time I had to mess with this today. Coolio. Yep. Perfect little red square or red circles. Now we just gotta wait for the log to catch back up again. And then we will have max efficiency, or max as we're gonna get with what we have right now. Then we just upgrade stacker speed and should make it go even faster. Which we have now. Stacker speed, thank you. Yeah, the max we can get out of it is 30 per minute. So 2 per minute per machine. Or no, 2 seconds per unit per machine. So there's 10 per battery, 40 per platform. 40 per platform at 30 per minute is going to be what, 1200? 1200 per minute if we can max it out. That ain't bad. That is not bad at all. I'll take that. That does incorporate the final upgrade, which we don't have yet, but we'll be there in short order. Ooh, that got here pretty quickly. At least in comparison to this nonsense. On the bright side, we could stop mining right now and it would take like 30 to 40 minutes for this line to clear. Gonna get rid of that because that's unnecessary for now. That being said, to do the red square missions, we'll probably just connect to that and connect to this. You know what? I'm a teeny weeny bit bored right now, and we need to use just a few of the platforms while we let other things run. So, here's what we're gonna do. Ooh, this goes right down the middle. That's kind of gross, but that'll be fine. Alright, so then base belt, under, over. Do the work over here. Base pipe. Under, over. Chill out like here. Fluid miner there. Fluid miner upgrades. Because why wouldn't I? That's technically inefficient in the configuration. don't think I can do... Whatever. Alright, now we just take this and we're going to put it through a splitter real quick. Actually, we can do this on a normal size foundation. Do I have a blueprint for this? I should. I'm gonna swap this out, but this is it. Yep. That's all I really need. But I can make more if I do this. Because that was using the deleter. Instead of the deleter, we can use the proper cutting machine. I'm gonna keep them all in the same orientation too. Make it easier for cleanup later. When I need to start doing more modifications and stuff to make even more advanced shapes that they demand. Just like that. That should make what we're looking for, that product there. Because the computer doesn't care about the orientation of the final product as long as everything's orientated properly. Like, these two are the same to the portal. Both of these will be considered acceptable results. Now, if the half circle was rotated 90 degrees on the platform, it would be angry about that. But it doesn't care about the true orientation of it. Me. Computer says me. So this should be as simple, though, as grabbing this, Control-Cing it over, deleting that round of that, connecting this up, like that. Oh wait, we have to replace the rotators with counterclockwise rotators. And there we go. Final product. Boom. And that's all the infrastructure we need for that because it's stupid and overcomplicated. But bam. And once that's done, I'm deleting all of it. I don't like that one. This is one of my most hated research trees you can do, the rotated stacking one. Giving me more difficulty than I would like to admit in some of the single player playthroughs I've done, so gross, don't like it. Personal vendetta against it. Basic shape extractor. Alright, so now we need to do some fancy things. On the wrong side. I can change the orientation of this pretty easily, though. No, I can't. No, I'm not doing that. Too much work. I'm using a few platforms. That's unnecessary. There we go. Paint extractor, pump station. There we go. Got to adjust. I'll just adjust the intakes again, though. That I can do. That's not that hard. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. First, we take this output product. We're going to cut it in half. I'll just do this by hand. It's fine. No, we want to go cutting. Is it really just 2 that we can fit? Damn. Alright, we'll get away with 3. Alright, so now we've got the pieces broken up. So there's 2 more things we gotta do now. We gotta slice and then kitty corner the diamond pieces, and then the quarter circle needs to be painted. Normally I would paint a full circle because it doesn't take, it takes the same amount of time regardless, but this is a temporary thing. First though, let's unlock this milestone. Huge amounts of shapes over long distances, the dream of every operator. Yep, we got trains and a bunch of new tasks, but we got trains. That's the big thing. We also got another 500 platforms. Yes. Woo trains and woo 500 platforms. Alright, so we're actually going to take a minute away from the side quest that we were doing, because it is more imperative that we get ourselves set up with the new blocks we have to start unlocking. So first things first. Connect this up. And we'll connect it on the second level. Nope, that was off. Now we won't have any conflicts with what's already on the belt. And now we can use that same piece of infrastructure to ship all that stuff down. Pretty sure that this one... Oh, we're going to need the normal ones too. Okay. So we're going to produce this on site here then instead. This one's going to be made here. We start with that. Then we get ourselves some fluid. The paint. Then we find ourselves a middle point, like around here. Yeah, there. We'll do there. And then we're actually going to put a platform right there. But for now, we'll do this. Do I have the third layer unlocked yet? I'm gonna need the third layer unlocked for this to work, I just realized. No, I do... Wait. No, I do not. Do not have the third... Oh, no. Stop telling me what to do, game. Stop telling me what to do. Go away. Alright, thank you for going away, game. We should be able to go into the blueprint library, platform painter. Put that bad boy right there. The basic pump platform setup. But then we clear that. We'll raise it by 1. Boom. Alright. So now that should feed blue paint directly into the platform painter at the elevation it needs. Then we just connect up the shape. Like that. Nice. We'll unlock the next one for that in a minute. First, we're going to work on the quest stuff, because the quest stuff gives us the most return. And now we've also got 2 different operator shapes that we can work on. We've got the original blue and red mix that goes on here, but now this one that used to be our quest item, this is now a operator level shape. So we'll just keep on feeding them into the core at the consistent tick we already were and unlock some more platforms out of them. See? Operator level finally leveled up. Beautiful! That's what I like to see. Alright, we need the 3rd layer unlocked. Oh my gosh, it costs 50! Game! Why? It'll take a while for this stuff to catch up anyhow. But oh my gosh, it costs 50. You know what? You know what? For now, we'll just appreciate the fact that we got to double up in the first place. And that'll ship it straight to the core. So we're fine with that. That's fine. That's fine. Alright, so we've got the 3/4 circle, 1/4 square done. Now it's time to finish processing rounded corners, which we will do down here. By doing that. Actually, that might be a bad... I was going to say it might be a little bit too close, but what am I going to use this red for otherwise, at least right now? We've got multiple red deposits all around, and this is just a convenient spot to drop off in. English. Stop showing me train mode. Show me platform mode. Okay. So because we need the other half soon, what we're going to do for now... Do I have the research necessary to get... Yeah, I can get trash. Okay. So here's how we're going to do this. We're going to receive the rounded corners. Why does that say locked? Why does that say locked, game? Oh, they're still on their way. Okay. Well, that gives us time to process, though, without having to worry about the shape, so I'm not complaining about that at all. Alright, so we're going to slice them. How do I want to process it from there, though? Do I want to rotate them and just slice them again immediately? That's probably the best option. And then we just rotate them 90 degrees, all of them at the same time for consistency. And then we'll need 6 of these to cover that quantity. Wait, don't reverse them. We're keeping them all at the same orientation. Wait, no, we didn't. Oh, no, we didn't, so we have to keep... Ah! I'm going to keep them all locked in the exact same rotation so that I can keep track of this a little bit easier with my little meat brain. Because, oh my gosh, this is getting bad quick. It's getting bad so quick. Then we feed one each individually in their own. Like that. Then we'll do another battery of these guys. And then we should be able to mix everything together in a row of stackers. What if I just did this? I know this is probably a little bit oversized, like I'm going a little bit inefficient with my spacing here. But I don't really mind. As long as I can get this right. I can always squish it back down later. As long as I keep everything in a row, it'll be really easy to scrunch this all back down later. I think is what I'm gonna do. Actually, I'm gonna do it right now. We're gonna take this. And that means I can grab all of this. It back. I can just delete all of this and move it all back. Like that. That'll clean it up. Every other one will need an 80 or a 90, and the other ones will need a 90-degree counterclockwise, but that will work for us. Counterclockwise is on these. Sorry, I was really focused for a second. I was locked in there for a minute. I'm sorry, chat. My bad. My bad. But I got it. I got it right. I got it working and I got it right. And that's the important stuff, ain't it? Alright, so now I'm going to take this entire thing and I'm going to copy it. And do a second round of them. We'll do that here. And then I just need to bring these over. It'll be better if I do it like that, though. Like so. Beautiful. So now we should be able to process all of the rounded corners, guys, into the kitty corner configuration. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get all of this out of here. Ooh. That's a little bit tricky. Hold on. I can make some more space real quick to make it easier on myself. There, now they have 4 or 5, respectively, right after them of empty space. Because now I can do this. And this will allow me to just belt launch it right off. And then catch it here. And then what we'll do here... Symmetrical. We're making space so that I can put belt catchers and launchers so that I can send things up through the center as well. Because of the way everything here is configured, that should still be fine. It's been a while, 12 Cubed. Welcome in. We are working very hard on the Shapes Factory. Alright, so we're getting those, which is the bottom right corner. This one is the symmetrical guy. Belt launcher. This guy and this guy. This guy. This guy. Now we've got 3 on each side that we still need to deal with. These ones are getting painted red. So what we're going to do for now... make one adjustment here. That allows me to do this. Indeed. It's a very complicated build that I'm doing right now. It's a little bit extra. But you'll see why in a minute. It'll all make sense in a sec. Oh, this last one in the corner is going to be weird, but I can fix it by doing this. Launcher there, receiver here, and receiver here. And then a new set of launchers here and here, and receivers on the other side. And then we snake this through here. And boom. Beautiful. Once they finally catch up, that is. Where the hell are our materials? They are merging. Okay, I see them. Let's follow them down. They should just split off at the split if they're coming down. Oh, this is hurting my eyes. Where is the problem? I just see shapes. A bunch of clean shapes coming right on down. Where is the problem? Go there. Not here. Alright, so they're just still moving, huh? They've made it almost all the way. Oh, yeah, it is. It is very long. It's like 1,000 platforms. We were so platform starved at the start of this stream because I spent all of them to make this super long line to go all the way out here. Because this is a super rare material, or rare combination of materials and conditions, that makes one of the quests super easy. Shapes 2, yep, that's the name, Shapes 2. So it's all about crafting and making and managing these shapes here. I have been locked in on doing some upgrades because we just got through a new milestone and now we're on trains. Even though I don't want to build with trains just yet, because I got stuff I still want to do. How's this one? Is this one almost there yet? One caught up? Whatever. We'll get back to what we were doing. So down here on this little outpost. Now we've got everything separated. The bottom two are getting painted. What am I doing? I need a platform first. Then we go to the library and do platform painter. I think I can control what gets painted where with what color too, so hold on a sec. I might be able to adapt this perfectly for my uses. We make some adjustments. So this feeds this upper rack, and that one feeds that upper rack. So if I disconnect these two and put these two on the rack instead, for now we're just going to do this with them. And then put in trashes here. But in the long term, that's what we're going to do with them, is connect them up here. And then connect the paint up, and we'll be able to paint them. We just need to connect up green paint from somewhere. And there's green over there, and over there, and over there, and over there, and there. Green right there. We'll be fine. We will be fine. Alright, so then we just need to get the paint. This is what I meant by being too close, though. But, it works. Blueprints. Pump station. There we go. Off the red paint goes. And then for now, what we'll do is we'll set up a just basic platform here. Actually, no, we'll just ship it out as is. But we're gonna shift the elevation that this all moves at. We'll just use the doubled up one we already have. And then we just need to create a point in which... Oh, that's not too hard to do. Okay. Control X. It's gonna ruin our symmetry. I do not care. Stop trying to connect to that. You got your own belt to connect to. That's its own thing. There we go. New connection points. Now we just need to wait for the stuff to catch up. Then we'll be good to go. Come on, stuff. Catch up. It's already all the way here. So it should be here pretty quickly. Short order. Yeah, short order. Just got a little bit left of the stretch to go on, and then we'll be good to go. Alright, back to the side quest. Because we've got both of Milestone 6's items now being crafted. Just gotta wait for them to get to the core, and then once they do, they'll catch up in Quick succession. Quick order. Took a sec to get them all set up. I should probably actually do this one first. It's gonna be quicker. So what I can do is I can actually just copy this and do it again. Just rotated a quick 90 degrees before slicing her up, and boom. It'll actually make this next one faster. Because it takes half the materials, but we're producing at the same rate, so... Twice the speed for that accomplishment. Nice. Alright, back to our specialty crafting. Because I'm bored. And lazy. Alright. Thinking about this, the best option is probably going to be to get this all up into the second layer. I can probably draw this more efficiently. Let me try. So we file into the center and then back out. Yeah, I can work with that. Into the center. Back out again. I'm gonna need a new foundation here. We'll just grab this stuff. I definitely could have done this better. But it's temporary, so I do. This is all getting eliminated in short order, honestly. It won't last too long. Should be able to sneak one conveyor belt launcher right here instead of multiple. Let me just route to it. Yep. And one more here. It's definitely one unique configuration, though. And now with that 90 degree rotation, we should be... I need to flip which one goes down and which one goes up, but otherwise this is the perfect design. Can I flip this, like, mirror it? Doesn't look like I can. Okay, then we copy this one and do the same mod to it. See, that was really quick, like I said. We're gonna wait on doing that next one yet for a minute, though, because we're busy with this. Side quests are side quests, after all. They don't really change that much in their prerogative, depending on... it doesn't matter. Alright. We're going to hook this guy up here. Conveyor launch this guy. And catch it on this side and on this side. And then rerun the belts. There we go, that's cleaner. Alright. Now we've got single points to work with here. See how many we actually need. I might be overbuilding here. Oh, I forgot to re-rotate them. Oops. Nope. Can't do that. We need to do counterclockwise then. Perfect. There's our output we wanted. I can make this go faster by increasing the amount of counterclockwise rotators we have. Didn't realize that would be a bottleneck. Wow. There. Now we're processing at twice the rate. Now I just need to conveyor launch this stuff over to the second row. Like that. Oh. Like, why are we only getting one? We should be getting 2 rows. Now, this might look as crazy inefficient as I think it does, but don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's fine. They're coming down on level 1, so we do that. And then we got to get this final product back. Oh, and there's worse ones, too. I'm so excited to do those. All of this for 30 platforms. I definitely have screwed up some. I've screwed up multiple things here. There are way more efficient ways for me to do this, but I don't care. To be fair, once this is done too, I can just take one of these corner pieces and slam it on that, and that should be the next achievement item done. Oh, no. I'll just slam another corner on this, then I'll do that. Cool. That's that. This is that. And then we space belt this to the core because I've already declared this thing to be probably the most efficient but inefficient build we've done so far. So we're just gonna take it straight to the core as quickly as we can and get rid of it. Hey, there we go. First milestone there, operator level. Now we're operator level 2. Beautiful. Beautiful. Next thing's next. We need to work on this here. Yep. This is going to be the final form of this one. It's just taking this and then stacking it on more of itself. I hope that's the right orientation. I won't know until I put the large stacker blueprint down, but I hope it is. Nope. I need to change these inlines. Wait, no, those don't need to go on top. That should have been right. Oh, no. No, that wouldn't have been right then. Oh, whatever. Alright. You know, that was wrong. We fix. There we go. We hook that back up. And once it fills itself up proper, it'll start shipping those down to the core too. This one's a little bit slow though for my taste. Or it's just that it had a longer lag. It might have had a longer lag on it. Let's see how quick it's producing. Yeah, that ain't ideal. That isn't ideal. But I don't necessarily want to pick up the speed on this one because we're going to start feeding in the green soon, and then that will change the way this all functions. With further reflection, I should have built this 90 degrees, so that it was going downwards as it was crafting. Would have been a more efficient use of the space, but hindsight's 20/20. Alright, so that one's going in now. We've got some more difficult ones here. Let's do this one. It's worth a lot, and it's actually pretty simple. I think I can actually get away using the kitty corner cut. Not that one. This one. sever these lines real quick. Look at what I find myself. This starts with the product before this, so we get rid of this platform and pull this. And that should make what I'm looking for? No, it won't. We gotta do two things if I want to do that. First of all, I'm gonna have to sever this and adjust it. Rotate this one 90 clockwise or counterclockwise. Rotate the other one 90 counterclockwise. That'll be how I do it. Change the way that orientates so it doesn't bump. The other one's 90 clockwise, and that should make the same final product then. Same final product that is rotated so that it can be cut again. I'm gonna get rid of all that extra garbage. It'll take a second for the mixed up stuff to get out, but once it's gone, we should be making a consistent product then. Yeah, see how clean all these are now? All the same orientation, all the same direction. And then they'll get sliced, and then they'll get turned into kitty corner pieces. Yep. It's already happening for some of them. Wonderful. Wonderful. Last step in this process. Cool. And that's done. Three-quarters of a square with a circle? We got that, don't we? Three-quarter square, one-quarter circle. There it is. We're gonna get that one off our screen real quick. Since it's just stacked on itself, we can do something crafty like this. And then we just gotta run it back. Hey, I lined that up on accident. Nice. Because that's the last one in that line. Beautiful. We'll just get that out of the way, and then we'll get rid of that. Alright, what else do we need to do? What else do we need to do, chat? Popcorn, appreciate you time. I've been so locked in, 12 cubed. I've been so locked in. But it's worth it. This stuff is still catching up, oh my gosh. Come on, clear out. Get out of here. Next thing we're researching is belt speed. We need belts going faster. Oh, we could use the swapper instead of the stacker for these, I guess. I also forgot to hook up the second battery of them, didn't I? Well, no wonder it's going so slow. There we go. Well, that just doubled our speed. Nice. Yeah, we need a faster belt at this point. Yeah, the belts are pretty much getting stopped up, so we've got to... Okay. At the end of everything, if we can keep our efficiencies pretty high, we should be able to get 2 or 3 belts of non-stop... Not this, but this, when we're done. And then this gets mixed with that to make our final product. Which is convenient since they're already on the same belt, so we'll just slam them into each other by putting a little platform in here that takes from both of them. Probably a stacker, the same way we already have that module, and put it somewhere in line with this. There's more stuff going into the core now, chat. More things! In checking around, it doesn't look like we have any... Oh, that stuff's out of date. Okay, let's clean this up. We don't need it anymore. We'll leave that there in case we ever have some use for that ridiculous product, but... It's a pain to set up all that infrastructure again, but we'll get all of our platforms back from the actual belt, which is the most of the platforms, is just the shipping belt. Alright, what's our next milestone? So this isn't going to require anything new, it just requires pins. Yeah, the next one's all about the pin pusher machine. So we won't have to find any new specific resource deposits, because we just need circles and squares. And according to the reference, they have to be different colors too, so we actually have to start off with true circles and true squares, and split them in half and merge them. It's the most efficient method, at least. We got true circle here, true square there. That'll probably be where we build. Unless we want to build it right there, but there's already stuff in the way. Now we need another corner. No, not dealing with it right now. We'll sever the line and think about that for a minute, because, ugh. I might be able to get an easy one by just mining up more of that shape, or tapping the belt line again, like tapping this line here. Seems to be going pretty slow. I could tap there and then slice it in half and delete the other half. That would probably be one of the most efficient ways of dealing with that problem. This thing's lagging. It takes so long to catch up. Still catching up. Hey, level 20, nice. Belt speed. Do these move any faster, or is it just the belts on the platforms? Now, these look to be moving faster. They look like they're moving faster. Alright. More stuff being funneled in. Quicker. And how's our operator level doing? Oh, we're nearly there to level 3. Nice. This has been a productive little time. I cannot wait to stop having to throw these away. It feels so wasteful. But even with increased belt speed, we're keeping these belts full. Nice. Very nice. I want to look at the configuration of its final product. Oh, okay. So double pins on that. Single pin on that. Okay. So these products have to be pinned and then they have to be merged. Because of the way that pinning works, essentially I have to make this guy out of pin, and you make this guy out of pin, and then that guy's got to be split, and then he's stacked on top of that half of the gray diamond, and this guy's just pinned again. That's all you have to do for the second one, is just pin him twice. So you pin him twice, then you cut him. So I'll just leave space in the build for that. What I wouldn't give for a search function. Find me the closest deposits of circles and squares relative to green and blue dyes. I think these are going to be it, though. We got green dye here, we got blue dye here too. We could build here. Probably the best choice is building here. Then we'll connect these up. Good, I can get rid of that now. Get my resources back from that design. Get rid of all of this and save ourselves so many platforms. Probably recouping as many platforms as we're using with this new build. The difference being that this new build is permanent. So we're going to make it all nice and neat and clean and far away so that it doesn't collide with anything that we might build in the future. Probably gonna have to put more platforms in front of this, so that's gonna be the more efficient option. Wrong button. Go up and over. Up and over. Beautiful. We got the blue going. Let's get the green going. Let's get the actual shapes feeding in. The squares. Sorry, I keep on quieting down, chat. I'm like locked in right now trying to calculate all like 5 steps ahead. There we go. All right. So now we've got this stuff set up. So the next thing we're going to need then are platforms to do the mingling. Actually going to move these a little bit further forward so that I can do this. Should probably make some new blueprints at this point. You know what? I'm gonna copy something from somewhere else for this one. There's gotta be one for this, right? Or did I delete all of the stuff that already used this infrastructure? That's stacking. Oh, this is slicing and turning. This will work perfectly. Slice and turn. Slice and turn. Yep, so now we make the exact same shape over and over and over again. Oh, we've unlocked the next one for this guy. Nice. So let's get green up here. And the closest deposits of green are the same distance away. That distance being far. Boo! Oh my gosh, guys, Relic snuck up on us, so what are we gonna do? How's it going, brother? Welcome on into the stream. Wrong button again. Alright, you guys go into these bottom halves. These guys will go into the top halves. And that should produce what we're looking for as long as I can get this green hooked up. I just gotta hook up the green now. Base pipe. Houston, we have a problem. Fortunately, I think we're about to unlock some new platforms. Yay! We're gonna solve the problem at the same time. Oh, we got operator level. That'll give us platforms. Cool. Now we're gonna put in the fluid extractor. That. Get ourselves 60 more platforms from that. Very nice. Very nice. We can also cut that off now. But it wasn't costing us that many platforms to begin with, really. But it's fine. Alright. It's fine. It's fine. There we go. Green should be hooked in now once it catches up here. It's already on its way, though. It'll be here in short order. It'll be here quick. Alright. And then once green is here, this will all kick off, and we gotta just do this in order to adjust it then. I can actually connect these up directly. Nice and clean like. Boom. Not bad. I am chilling, my dude. Sorry for my late response. I am locked in today. I have been focused all day on this. Been an interesting one, to say the least. Alright, so then we'll set up these belts here. And that will allow us to ship out this stuff. Yep. Cool. We're setting up for the double pins, so when we get the pin pushing machine, we'll put it here one time, and then we'll put it here a second time. Made this too long. I can get away with this long, so we will. Conveyor belt throwers and catchers there. Throwers and catchers here. And actually just route direct it like that. And then that one's for the blue squares. So the blue squares get pushed once, then they're going to get split. Both of these get the same treatment then. They both get cut in half. And then the halves will be rotated. We rotate them so they're all identical. And that will make it easier when we need to deal with final pass on stuff. This goes out this way like that. Ooh. Oh, I know. The gaps for these two are different because of the asymmetry in the part. But this has the same result. It's actually equal distribution. It's actually Control C. Control V. Everything on the... We'll do it on the... Should I do it on this one or should I do it on the other one? Every single side of one of them is going to need to be rotated 180 degrees. Because they both have to be merged on top of each other eventually. You know what? I'll keep it as is for now. I also just realized I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to... Because of the way these products are lined up. Yep. Well, that's annoying, but I'll figure that out when I get there. I'll figure out that problem when I come to it. So we're going to set this up so that these are on top because they have to be. Should be able to move this all further up so that we don't have to deal with that problem of merging these guys. Might diminish my yields a little, but I should be able to work. Like, oh no, I can't do that. If I want to do it, I have to move one down. Now I can do that, like that. And then we connect these here. I'm gonna put the receivers there. Run these conveyor belts out like that. And there we go. Once we've got the pin tacking machine, we'll be able to pin all those and immediately start delivering blue squares. And with the length of this belt, I'm actually going to set it up so that we can deliver the circles on the same line just by going one elevation level up. Clean that up so we don't have a bunch of random exclamation points all over the place. Like that. Don't want to deal with that. Alright. Beautiful. So yeah, once we have the pin machine, we'll be able to just start delivering all of those ingredients immediately. Hey, another operator level. Nice! Get us some more platforms, because I am burning through them. Now it's technically more symmetrical. Oh no. What did I mess up? We'll get rid of that and try that again. Did I cut that instead of copy it? Well, I'm happy I caught that mistake. Because that would have been bad. Get rid of those so that we don't have any conflicts when we place it down. That's much nicer. I see, okay. Because these all get eliminated in the design. Oh, no wonder this is going so slow. There we go. Now it's going at twice the speed. That should be much, much better for us. And then did we not correct the... I don't think we corrected that. Level are we firing these off at? Normal height. Yep, we need to fire these off at elevated height. That way we won't create as many jams in the line and we can actually use the full belt. Like that. There we go. Because otherwise we were fighting with them for the merge, you see? It was fighting for the merge here when it should have just been free-flowing through its own line. Tut tut tut, Vince. How could you do this to yourself? Yeah, because they were fighting over this one belt line here, and the other belt line is just full of the old blue. The old blue still hasn't purged out because of that stupid belt mistake I made. Oopsie doodle. Progress, though. We have made so much progress today, chat. It feels like we've gone slow, but honestly, I think we've gone pretty far. This is nonsense, though, and I'll have to get rid of it at some point. You know what? Should I clean it up now? I kind of want to clean it up now. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. If I want to do that achievement line, there's better ways to do it than what I did here. What I did here was for giggles because I was bored and being inefficient, but we're getting rid of it. Hide the shame. There's definitely not any video evidence of this having existed. So I can just delete it and run away from it. It never happened, see? Oh. Don't select that. Get rid of that. Beautiful. Cleaner now. Much cleaner. We could do red squares for giggles, but we don't need the platforms in the immediate. It's always clean. What are you talking about? Thank you, Jordan. Thank you. I disagree, though. Heartedly disagree. Welcome in, Haps. What's the Haps? Oh, it's because my perspective's all messed up. There we go. Look at how clean that is, chat. Beautiful. And these lines are almost already completely sorted out now. Nice. Yeah, still fighting over space on that first line, but we'll fix that. It'll clean itself out with a little bit of time. See, one side is this, the other side is that. That's how this is supposed to be. What's our rate right now? Statistics. Ooh, we're making way more of those than we are of those? I'm honestly kind of surprised. Oh, there we go. That makes more sense now. I was going to say, they run off similar tech, and this one's more processed than this one is. This one's easier to make. It's paint and stack. This one is separate, paint both sides, then restack back together after doing like 4 rotations on half the pieces. Let's see here. Every minute. What's our interval on this? 24 per minute. And 112. See, this makes more sense. What about the last 5 seconds? 280, 216? Okay. So it's catching up still, and it's still balancing itself. Nice, Haps. I honestly love seeing that in my community Discord. If you guys didn't know, Haps posts a meme every single day in the community Discord. And if you guys want to go check him out, the community Discord link is right in the channel description. Should start putting it in the darn video descriptions too. But it's over in the channel description if you all want to join in on the fun. He's got some pretty spicy memes. He plays to a wide audience, so I won't say every meme is gonna make you laugh, but he got good variety. Oh yeah, we still shaping, Dak. Did you stream? How was stream? They shape even more now, Dak. We're almost through Milestone 6 all the way, and then we've already got everything prepped for Milestone 7. Oh, nice! Hex, yeah, appreciate you, bro. You gonna go play shapes? Funny enough, after stream today, I'm gonna go play a game that I played on stream many a time. Maybe. I'm gonna go play Autonauts tonight, I think. Post-stream. So I'm gonna change out my automation game on video for an automation game off video. I believe my first stream was Slime Rancher? I think my first stream ever was Slime Rancher, but I could be wrong. It was Slime Rancher, yeah, because it was Slime Rancher, City Skylines, and Autonauts were like the original 3 before we started doing the community votes. Yep. Yep, that makes sense. Because, yeah, I was still getting a feel for how to do YouTube in the first place. Like, how do I stream? How do I make sure everything's good? How do I make sure the audio is balanced? Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Much less comfortable than I am now these days. Because that was, oof, a year and 3 quarters. You remember Slime Rancher? You remember the Slime Rancher videos? Slime Rancher? Slime Rancher is pretty good. Autonauts is also fun. I want to play through the end of Autonauts personally, just so I can go play Autonauts and Pirates, or whatever they called it. Essentially, from what I could see from Steam and stuff, it's a very similar game, very similar playstyle, but instead of just building a colony, you have to build a colony while defend against attackers, which are NPC colonies or something like that. I'm not 100% sure on the details, because I want to go into it completely fresh, but I want to beat original Autonauts first. By beat, I mean 100% achievement. And there are some real late game ones that I've never bothered for, so I've been bugging with getting some of those lately. Bothering with doing those. Alright, what do we got going on? What can we do here? We've got another 20 minutes on stream. That's enough time to build something. What other tasks do we have, huh? This one's pretty easy. And so is this one. Let's do those. We've already got the full... Is that... No, those are the rounded corners, not the diamonds. But we can pull more of those rounded corners off of our current line. Catch you later, Dak. I hope you have a great stream, brother. Then we're just going to take apart one of these. Change out the material we're feeding it. It's making a bunch of random square assortments from the original ingredients we fed into it. That's not what we're here for. We're here to make two things. Oh wait, we need to feed this back into the line if we want it to actually deliver. I've just realized how inefficient this position was to do this in. All the platforms get deleted anyways. We're not keeping this one. Ooh, I got the hiccups. One sec. Alright, that should be them handled. Fantastic. Don't need you all listening to me hiccup. Look at the random things we're getting out of this as it cleans out the last of the lines. There we go. That should be the last of the stuff purged out. Now we're making both of these achievement items at the same time. Isn't that nice? Well, that didn't last for 20 minutes. Alright, time to come up with something new to do then. I don't want to touch this one, but I should. What I'm thinking about doing for this one is I'm going to take this and this, and I'm going to smash them together. I'll delete this one's half with the blue square and this one's half with the little half or quarter circle on it. Smash them together to make this. And then the next one after this is just the same thing, but with a little blue square on it. So I just put little blue square back on it. Instead of deleting it, I'll slice it off. And then merge them back together again. And then stack the blue square on top of it. That should be the easiest way to do this stuff. Is there anywhere I can pull this part from? The quarter red circle, quarter gray. That looks like a pretty unique ask. Quarter red circle, quarter gray, with the other half being square. Wait, apparently this is another one too? We triggered one of these on accident when we were purging the line, but apparently there is one for the... What's this one? Oh! Oh, that's complicated! That's very complicated. It's really pretty as a final product, though. That's cool. That looks nice. Is that... Okay, that's all it is. It's just... Okay. We'll get the basic ones and mark them up so that we know them at least. Delete all this. Change this bad boy's orientation. I could have just deleted the platform. Whatever. Yeah, there we go. So, why are we doing this? Well, we're going to take the normal painting platform blueprint. Put it right there. And then, where's some paint? Any color paint. Here it is. Boom. So now we can get the blues, at least. We're leaving next stream, Vince, though, with the same amount of platforms we started with today, which is going to be funny. But at least we have more stuff actually coming through and being completed, which should hopefully make up for it a little bit. A little bit. We also have everything prepped for... We're going to mark this so that I don't forget about it. Stage 7 prep. Cool. Because this is all prepped for the pinning machine. Oh, we gotta fix this thing. Nice. Okay. Oh, that's so close to being a really easy grab for this, but no. The most efficient method for this is probably just going to be stacking. Using the kitty corner cutters and stackers we have. Oh, wrong elevation. I really need to fix that about my blueprints. The fact that they don't merge like this because I put this on the second level. There we go. Got a huge sphere of influence now, though. Got a lot more region actually being utilized than what we did last time, not yesterday. And we're just about there with Milestone 6. So it's time to prep up. Last thing. It's going to be a merger right here. A stacker merger right here. So close. Probably be able to set that up before the end of stream, though. The last component of Milestone 6. And there we go. Blue circles on their way. Beautiful. Over halfway done with this one, at least. What's the next one after that? Is it just going to be the same thing? No. Oh, that's even easier to make happen, though, because we just slice it in half and split them a bunch. And then we just feed the raw thing in. These are all easy, but they're also really cheap because they're easy. Don't need to upgrade the cutting speed, so we're going to save these. We could save it for the train options, or we could save it for Vortex. Oh, we could do the Vortex, but nah. We could also save it for level 3. Level 3 is probably going to be useful, considering we're starting to butt into the maximum amount of space we can really use. Yeah, we'll save our research points and hopefully unlock level 3 next time around. The 3rd floor, which will give us a lot more vertical mobility. jump back to the last marker. Meh. Don't need that. Gonna get rid of the ones we don't need anymore. At least the ones we've already got marked. Already got all those resources tapped, and we're not untapping them ever. We're never going to delete those lines. We might redesign them, but we're never going to completely eliminate them. In the long run, maybe a train will make the most sense. Who knows? What I do know is we're about to finish this milestone component. Come on. 50 left. You got this. Probably 50 on the belts here, so we're going to start disassembling. They're even already in the right orientation to be stacked. Isn't that nice? We've already got the guys that need to be on the bottom on the bottom. Already got the guys on top on top. Then we just grab the whole thing. Control C. Control V. Wonderful. This should be able to process every single one we throw at it. It's all still good to go. That's all still good to go. Beautiful. Beautiful. Got that one done. Now, while it's kind of inefficient to break this stuff up just to put it back together, meh. Counterpoint, meh. Now we need to stack them on top of gray diamonds. Okay. That's a little bit harder for me to manage. Overshot, but easily fixed. Green? Green's over here. I'll just tap this real quick for a minute. Oh no, that's the wrong thing. Ugh. Tapped it with the wrong thing. Guess I'll just redraw the whole thing then. There we go. Alright, they're compatible. I wanted to make sure the paints were compatible so we didn't have that problem. Where does the vortex go? That is a good question. I wish I knew where it goes or why it needs so many of these random shapes. But it does not tell us. It is a beam. And if you zoom out enough that you can still see the render. If you see where my mouse is, you can kind of see it going up and down. So, like, it just goes down into the infinite until it fades away. I don't know where this stuff goes. It just goes zoop, and then it's gone. It is mesmerizing to watch, though. All my effort just to feed a pit. An empty pit. Nom 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 nom. But where does it deliver to? What is it? What is the purpose? Like in Factorio, you're building a rocket. In Satisfactory, you're building a space station. And here, you're building shapes to go where? To go where, I say? Where? If we zoom in far enough, maybe it'll tell us. Nope. Oh my gosh, this is wrong. Are you serious, game? Wow. The game's being very picky about the orientations here, and while it looks like I'm making the right product, I'm actually 90 degrees off. We'll put some rotators here. Considering our current speed, 4 rotators will be enough. We may have to expand at some point, but for now, this is fine. This should make the actual product now. Because the issue is that you see on the upper right corner that one that's got the square on it. It has a green, and ours have a red, and that's why the computer isn't accepting them. They are 90 degrees orientated wrong. Happy I caught that. Happy I caught that before I step away from this for 2 weeks and totally forget where we are. Very hungry pit. It's hangry. Yep, it is hangry. Hangry pit. Nom 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 nom. Gonna clean up that because that's old. I'm gonna check our map and just make sure I don't leave too many hanging tails around. Too much stuff that when I look at it later I go, why did I do that? Not remembering that there was a whole build there or something. At least we've got 100 platforms. There we go. It triggered now. It's accepting the stuff now. Not telling us it's accepting it. For some reason, it's not painting it like it's painting these. But it is accepting them. Yeah, it paints these green. Not showing these either. What the heck? Interesting. I zoom in further. Still accepting them. Strange. Hope it's just a visual bug. Because the number is still going up, so... Oh wait, was it I was on the wrong layer? No, I'm on the right layer. Weird. Nice. Last ding of the day. To remind myself that I need to fix that, I will cut these 3 lines. I'm actually going to do a little bit better than that. Oh, it's not giving me the cue that these are missing their outputs. Interesting. Well, regardless of that, this is where we're going to wrap for today. I hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, right down below is the like button. Right next to it is the subscribe button. We're a small channel, so telling YouTube that we're doing good over here is always appreciated. We're going to be back again tomorrow with another video, Friday with another one that I've been working very hard on for like 2 months. I keep on promising it, but I'm not going to say its name because I keep on getting delayed. So just keep your eyes peeled for Friday, okay? Friday is going to be big, hopefully. Then next Sunday, we'll be back with another stream. Votes for the stream will be up on Thursday, Friday-ish, so be sure to get your opinion heard on the community tab on my channel. Otherwise, I hope you all have a great one, and later.